I'm sure while you're talking I pulled a funny face on one of them.
Ah! Mentioned that much, but I've also just... you've seen this?
No?
No,
Which video is that on?
That's on the last one I've done.
Is it? Right, I'm gonna have to watch that one because I'm not sure if it caught it or not.
What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So, if you've been following my Mk5 GTI project, which I hope you have been, if you haven't been, go back and check it out. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more. Obviously, I'm going to show everything that we do on this. This one's going to be pretty darn cool because I'm going to be doing the handling upgrade. So I'm going to be fitting some BILSTEIN B14 coilovers, POWERFLEX bushes, and also some bigger brakes. So bigger power. It's going to need bigger brakes, better chassis. It's going to be awesome. So the first thing I've got to do is I've got to get the old struts out of the car. We'll get them on the bench, we'll break them down, and see where we'll go. So, get comfy. So this is a bit of a pisser. I've just stripped the brakes off and found that the bearings are absolutely shot. They're not shot, to be honest, but there's just a little bit of grumble, you know, when you turn. So with this far in, it just makes sense to put new bearings on. I was already going to fit some new lower ball joints because if you see in the past video, one of them just crumbled in my hand and it was split boot. So now it's going to be new ball joints and bearings onto these hubs. I wish I knew this because if I did, I would have just got them stripped and powder coated, but nah. Anyway, let's get the bearings in. Obviously being T-for-side bearings, I mean they're a good design because just the 4 bolts, but why oh why did they just use like dome-headed bolts with multi-spline bits? It's like nightmare. They all just round out, so I had to like bash them out. Finally in a position to get the struts on. It's been hard work, this. It's meant to be the easy bit, the cream right at the end. So I'm going to get the struts on now, and I'm just going to expand open and put them in. And I'm just going to set the springs at probably about 50% of the height. I'm not gonna like worry about height and adjustment now. It'll be fine, I'm sure, and then we'll adjust it later. Sweet! Just gotta lumber them round the front of the car now. Me and Carl will get them fitted. Boom! So that's the B14s fitted. Oh, they look so good. They do, don't they? Such a nice finish on them. I hope it stays that way. And you get like nice locking spanners with these as well. So really, really good bit of kit. The B14s are height adjustment only, not rebound, which I'm not really bothered for these. I'm lucky enough to be able to drive a lot of Mk5 GTIs, everything from IBACs, H&Rs, KWs, and I swear these are the best. They really are. Cars that have these on just drive superb, and that's the reasoning for me to have them. So BILSTEIN B14 all the way around. I'm gonna really look forward to like getting the height right because I'm not like a low rider or anything, but I want it to be, you know, have a level of stance. But also performance. I like driving my car at the end of the day, so they've got to be good. They're definitely not the cheapest, 100% not the cheapest, but so worth it. And obviously, I mean, this car's going to drive like amazing, isn't it? New bearings, ball joints, BILSTEIN B14s. plus all the POWERFLEX goodies that I'm about to tell you about. So I have touched on it very loosely before, but I'm going to be POWERFLEXing the full car, which started off with the dog bow mount. The dog bow mount was really easy, just got to push the front bush out and then on the vise, so a simple job. Push the new one in, drill the mount a little bit, and then just fit that. The rear one is just a push in, so that is an absolute doddle. So that's the dog bow mount done. Cal's already done his magic by fitting all the POWERFLEX stuff and the BILSTEIN B14 kit on the back. So I've completely skipped doing all the back end, which is just friggin' awesome, to be fair. So the job I'm going to do now is the front arms, and it's going to be full POWERFLEX. I'm going for the POWERFLEX anti-lift kit for the rear. And I'm also going for the camber adjustment bushes on the front, which are pretty cool. I'll just get them in now and we'll show you them. So here's the bottom arms now done. I wish I got them powder coated now. It's ridiculous, to be fair. There's actually a layer of dust on the car. And the only reason I'm bashing on with this is because Carl's threatened us I have to get the car off the ramp. He's sick of working off one ramp, bless him. But you can see that these bushes have got an offset sort of stainless inner part. And you can see there's like the teeth on the front, so you get like a little C-spanner, which means you can adjust it. And you get about 1/2 degree extra camber with these, which will be pretty cool because the Mk5s don't run too much camber on the front. So I'm going to set these at the maximum camber and then just get them on. And then obviously when I get it aligned, then we'll worry about it then. But the rear anti-lift ones, I'm going to put them on now. So that's simple enough. Let's get them on the car. Ooh, that's a tight bush to get in. Nothing to see here. I didn't fit the ball joints on the wrong side, and I'm not having to remove them and swap them over. Honest. Right, minor ball joint catastrophe diverted there, but they're all done now, as well as new drop links. I've done a nut and bolt check on everything now. Everything's solid, so it's all mint. It doesn't look mint, does it? I mean, God, if I knew I was going to be doing this, I should have powder coated all this and cleaned this up. I mean, I could have put that in my parts washer. I've got a huge parts washer and it would have been immaculate. I don't know why I didn't, actually, honestly. Anyway, I'll show you these POWERFLEX camber bushes. They're pretty good. So you get this little C-spanner here, just like a coilover one, which means you can then click it into the bush and then alter the camber. You see the arm moving there? It's pretty mint. And then obviously to move it back. I think that's pretty nifty. And they allow about 1/2 degree extra negative camber if you want it, which I want. So I'm going to set these all the way out and then tighten up the wishbones. Boom! So I'm done underneath here. It all looks fine and dandy. It's time for a brew. That's a good brew. So I wanted a brake upgrade on the car, but didn't want to spend loads of money, you know what I mean? So I went for these. 8P Audi S3 brakes, full calipers, hardware, discs. The front discs are mint. So I'm going to use them, and then they've also got the shit guards on as well, and they're in good condition. Damn sight better condition than what mine were in anyway. But that's a nice little upgrade, and they're going to go straight on the car to bolt on thing. So let's get the 8P S3 brakes smashed on. Whoa, got a right dab on. It's kind of warm now. Anyway, what do you think about that for a brake upgrade? Friggin' awesome, only cost 3 grand as well. So, good value. Oh no, it didn't cost 3 grand. We bought a car for 3 grand and then we parted it out because we needed stuff off it. And that obviously ended up costing me nothing. So, I got the brakes off it. So, these brakes actually cost me nothing. Nilch, zilpois. Which in terms of cost-based analysis is my favourite kind of costing, to be honest. So I'm really happy with that. The front brakes had no lip whatsoever. Discs on mint, pads on mint. So I've just been an absolute pikey and just chucked it all on. So simple as that. We'll see how good they are. I did check to make sure there's no split boots, make sure the sliders work, make sure the pistons work. And the mint, so this should be a pretty good little upgrade. And what I didn't show you is that I put them on the back as well, so 8P vented brake discs on the back. These weren't in as good condition as the front, so I ended up getting some fresh discs, fresh pads. So is what it is. They cost a little bit, but the brakes should be pretty darn phenomenal now. So fresh brakes all around as well. Right, let's get the brakes bled, brakes, bread. I had to practice that about 3 times. Brakes bled, brakes, bread, brakes, bled. Let's get the brakes bled. It should be one of the last jobs I have to do now, because I mean, really, I just have to write a base map and then fire it up. So, yeah, brakes. I've got the pressure bleed up to 20 psi, so I'm just going to let it sit there for now. Make sure there's no leaks. Perfect time for a brew, really. Right, it's been about 10 minutes now and it's still at 20 psi. Okay, so now I'll just go off and crack every single corner. I'm friggin' good. I couldn't find the jar that I normally use, so I'm using a little pop bottle. It's bleeding, no problem though. Alright, so let's jump in. Pressure bleeder's off, so now I just need to pump the pedal up and see what it feels like. Oh, that's a good pedal. That's a good pedal. Belter. Boom, and that's the chassis work complete on the Mk5 GTI. It's going to be friggin' epic, I just know it. BILSTEIN B14 coilovers are just superb, so they're going to be really good. I just need to set them up in terms of height before I go for alignment, so we'll do that, you know, in a future video. POWERFLEX bushes throughout. Thanks very much, POWERFLEX. I love POWERFLEX bushes, and I love cars that have got it because they're nice and tight, and we like tight things. So I mean, that's going to be friggin' awesome too. On top of that, the brakes. I'm not expecting like a huge upgrade in the brakes, because to be honest, the brakes on this car were mint anyway, because they were all nice and free, the sliders, the pistons, you name it, as they are with the S3. I've just left stock pads in for now, so stock pads, stock discs. I'll probably upgrade in the future. I'm just doing it just to get it going, in all honesty. And then all the other little bits that I've just had to do, like the bottom ball joints, just had to do them, they were rotten. Had to do the bearings because they were rotten. Had to do the drop links because they were, you know, rotten. So real good chassis upgrade and sort of rejuvenation in this one. It's going to be friggin' epic. So the next videos, I'm going to build a little bit of a base map just to take account for the hardware changes. So we'll go through that, and then we'll go tuning, suspension and alignment. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Oh, and more, and there's more. Yes, nearly forgot about that. I'll not tell you about this video. We'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you then.